Je vais débuter ces conclusions générales en évidemment remerciant l'ensemble des participants et des participantes à ces journées qui ont été, je crois que vous serez d'accord avec moi, d'une réelle richesse, d'une réelle variété, d'une réelle diversité dans leur approche autour des questionnements que nous avions essayé de formuler au tout début et qui ont bien commencé à donner des résultats à la fois sur les thématiques, mais aussi sur cette dimension qui personnellement m'éclaire et me donne vraiment de sortir du château, cher Eloy, pour aller vers des strates plus lointaines autour de la Royal Geographies. Je pense que c'est quelque chose qui est un début et qui, en tout cas je l'appelle de mon souhait, va donner des choses vers le futur qui seront tout aussi positives. Et nous nous sommes vus il y a quelques années à Utrecht autour de cette question de la présence du prince. Nous nous voyons aujourd'hui à Versailles autour de la question de l'entretien de la présence du prince. Et on a retrouvé des personnes que l'on avait vues à Utrecht, de nouvelles personnes. En tout cas, je pense qu'il y a moyen de créer une sorte de communauté autour de ces questions. En tout cas, c'est quelque chose que vous avez créé déjà par le passé et que je me ferai fort, et le centre de recherche aussi, d'aider à continuer dans ce sens. Je me félicite en tout cas de la tenue de ces 3 jours et encore une fois, merci à tous.
I can take over. Indeed, I can only support this. Do I need to push? Oh, I need to push. Okay. I can only support it, and I agree that this is a beautiful sequel to the conference that we hosted in Utrecht, and it's only indeed the beginning of exploration of a new subject. And it's a subject when Benjamin actually came up with it in Utrecht during one of our breaks, or I think drinks. I thought, well, maintenance, who is interested in maintenance? I mean, nobody's interested, not even King Louis XIV or the 15th were interested in maintenance. They wanted to build. And that is actually, of course, also something that characterizes at least art history and architectural history up until now, that we traditionally were interested in the grand designers. And whereas maintenance, yes, okay, that's something you have to do, but we don't talk about it. And I think that we've now seen, at least in this conference, that it is, of course, it is very important. It can be very costly even. It can be disastrous for the preservation of the building if there's no upkeep. And it is something that really has very interesting aspects. And we have seen these, we have tried to make 3 groups of sessions. The first one was about the concepts. We have seen that, of course, maintenance is not about the buildings or even gardens, but includes a lot more. We have had, of course, the people responsible for the upkeep with the institutions and the people. And then finally, a very good session on finance, because in the end, it all comes down on how to pay for it. And we would like to continue to develop this, and of course we want to do that in a publication. And I would like to borrow the quote from XIVe-XIXe that a palace is a place of conversation. Ideally, also a conference is a place of conversation, and of course that seems to be quite straightforward. But what we try to do, and I think Eloy set a really high standard, is that we don't simply go to the conference, present our own research, and then write it down in a publication, and then we combine it, and that's the publication. We hope that it will also set in motion, at least for me it did, to rethink our own research, to really to try to get it into focus, so that we present a book which is not simply a collection about a large subject, but really tries to tackle these central questions that we formulated and have to reformulate also after this conference. So we invite you to, of course, to after this conference, and we will come back with you with all the details, to start already think about your own papers, and that will be part of the sequel to the Utrecht publication, which will appear in the Architectura Moderna series. It's, well, if you don't already know it, there's several several books here at the stand of Brepels. And we hope that we can really not only read one big book on this subject, but we can have this joint double volume of the Utrecht and the Versailles conference. So I think that's for now about the publication. Perhaps you want
is what we can say in this moment. I think it's good enough.
Maybe to add one footnote, that's a print publication, of course. The importance of having a material book in your hand is something which will remain, I think, in our circles. But there's also a digital presence online, since with these books, and especially with collection books, individual chapters will be available online, which is important for your student audience. Because let's face it, they're usually a bit poorer than we are and need one particular chapter, not a whole book, sometimes for their research, etc., etc. So this is an important aid to further diffusion. So think print plus digital, especially when ordering illustrations. Why do I stress this? Because the majority of you authors are historians and you're not quite used to this part of the world, the copyright, okay?
Hello. I just want to keep going with the same words that my colleagues have said. It's really important after 1 year and a half, we had an introspective work. Now is the moment that start carefully, of course, to try to put together all our ideas. That's why these kind of conferences are important. Of course, Teams and Zoom are relevant. There are a lot of people that can be connected right now and see us. It's better than before. But the exchange that we have in person, talking about the same topics, the same ideas, even from different fields, different countries. We have people here that are from Denmark to Spain. We had Belgium, we had France, of course, we had England, and we have many countries, but at the same time, each one of us have its own research field. And it's this kind of work that the one we guess that is much better, because you can arrive better to the final idea is to develop a real research, really relevant research in a field that could be used, like Krista has said right now, to students from different fields and from people from different fields. So that is another important thing. So these presential conferences, I think they are really important. The exchange, we know each other, we put face, half face at least with a mask, put face to the other researchers. And that's why we would like to thank especially Benjamin for all the work he has done for hosting us here, especially the last 2 weeks. Always is like this, and there's not this conference, but with COVID, that could be worse. Who can be here, who not, if the French government is going to change, but at the same time, if the English one allow you to enter or not, or all the Spanish one. So all these things, manage all these things without losing the situation, like he did. So it was great, and thank to all of you, of course, for being here. Thank to all the people that is online through the YouTube channel or via Zoom. And I think we have really good days. We have enjoyed. They have been really fruitful, I think, for all of us. And I'm sure that in the future we will see each other again.